So today on How to Fix, we're going to identify the four main different types of bikes you can get. You can get a fifth type, which is a fold-out bike, which was designed initially by a company called Brompton. They're a UK brand, however, they're more for the working man, the man that has a car that you can't drive into the city, or if you want to avoid congestion charge. So what you do is you drive to like the edge of the congestion zone, you'd pop out the fold-out bike from your boot, and then you'd cycle into the city and go to work, do as you please. Now, we don't have any of those here, unfortunately. However, we have the four different types of bikes that you can find, or four main different types of bikes you can find. So we're going to show you four different examples. We're going to show you a road bike, a hybrid bike, a mountain bike, and a BMX. Let's get to it. So this here is a road bike. The way to identify a road bike from hybrids, mountain bikes, I mean, a BMX is pretty self-explanatory, but we'll still show you one anyway. So the way to identify it is, the key features on a road bike is you'd have thin wheels. You would have, on the front forks, you wouldn't have any suspension. It's just a standard front fork. The handlebars here, they're in a drop-down handlebar shape, so they're better for speed because you're hunched over, more streamlined. And then there are other key things to look for when you're identifying a road bike. Well, on this one here, this is just the standard rally road bike. It's an old frame, so if you want to go for a good durable frame, I would always recommend old bikes because they're made to last. So this one here, road bike. This one here, this one's a hybrid. So the way to identify a hybrid bike is you'll notice the front forks, they have front suspension on, so that's better for comfort. I mean, some road bikes you get, they have these types of handlebars, but this is a hybrid and it has this, which is useful. These ones are slightly thinner than the standard handlebars. That's good for, in London mainly, for getting through traffic. You've probably experienced or witnessed drivers just being careless about cyclists and they don't leave enough space in the road. And I mean, obviously we all want to live, no one wants to die. So the thin handlebars allows you to get through traffic a little more easily, to be honest, so you can survive a lot more. Other things to look for on a hybrid bike are sometimes you will have thicker forks. They don't have to be suspension, they're just thicker. The wheels are also thicker, and yeah. Now we're going to move on to a mountain bike. So this one here is a mountain bike. Now, you can get variations of mountain bikes. You can get some with dual suspension, which is rear suspension on the back and front suspension. This one has neither. This one's more for speed. Obviously, if you have front suspension or rear suspension or both, it adds weight to the bike and slows you down. So if you want to go fast, I mean, I'm a speed freak, so yeah. This one here, the way to identify a mountain bike usually is the suspension, but if it doesn't have suspension, the other way to identify it is the smaller wheels. These wheels are 26-inch wheels. Here we have a BMX. I mean, this is a kid's BMX, so a bit extreme. Not all BMXs are this small. However, BMXs tend to be a lot smaller than a normal bike. They're better. They're mainly small so that you can get, well, a lighter bike really. Easier to do tricks with. Yeah. What you usually see on a BMX are 24-inch wheels. These ones are a bit smaller. I think these ones are 22. Yeah, they tend to usually be single speed. This one's got a few gears on the back, but the main differences, as you can tell, are the size, the gears, and also the wheels. So if you have a puncher and you have a BMX, you're not going to be looking for a 26 in the tube or a 700. You're going to be looking for a 24 or a 22. It depends on the size of the BMX, to be fair. But yeah, Those are the key differences between each of the different types of bikes.